up, though? I'm recording. Cool.
Tuesday, December 7th, 1982. Richard Delmer Boyer entered the residence of Francis and Eileen.
You ever see somebody for like a second, or like the second, like as soon as you see them, as soon as you see that person, like the second you see them, they give you the strangest, weirdest, something about them is just like it's a little off.
And he stabbed the elderly couple to death. Their bodies were found 5 days later by their son, William.
God damn.
Francis was found propped up against a wall in a hallway, while his wife was laying down face first, with 43 wounds between the two. This crime just happened to be inspired by the movie.
43 wounds. So taking a stab to the neck is not enough. Taking a stab to the heart not enough. You got to do 43 wounds. How the hell? How do you?
Halloween 2.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's that shit I'm talking about. Directors, producers, they making these cluck ass films, but then not knowing that you got these cluck ass people out in the real world that look at these films and was like, I could probably do that. I should do that. It don't look that simple. I mean, it don't look that hard. You know? I could do that. I could do this. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Thank you. Thank you, Paramount. Thank you, Fox Studios. Jesus Christ. I cannot get into rock and roll. I feel like I will have a headache every time I listen to it. Because every time I listen to rock, well, if I ever hear rock and roll, or every time I see somebody like a scene from a movie or a TV show, and it's like rock and roll is playing, somebody is shaking their head violently. I can't be doing that. I suffer from migraines. From like when I was smaller, I did suffer from migraines. I kind of grew out of it. But I feel like if I was to listen to rock and roll, I would have to shake my head violently. And I feel like those headaches and migraines will come back. Are these the same people? No, they're not the same people. So what? Why are you showing two different people? Maybe I should play the music. Okay, I should play the video. The way Mike just popped up. What Halloween was that? The way Mike just popped up. Yeah, bitch. I don't know how many Halloween movies there are, but is it the same actor that plays Michael Myers in all the Halloween movies? Let me know.
John Carpenter's Halloween in 1978. was made on a shoestring budget yet became the most successful independent film of all time. It introduced a slasher icon for the ages in Michael Myers, a 6-year-old boy who murdered his sister and returned to kill on Halloween 15 years later. While his 1981 sequel wasn't as critically acclaimed, it was the first time the character of Michael Myers inspired a violent crime off screen. The film featured Michael Myers breaking into the home of an elderly couple to steal a kitchen knife, while someone, in reality, took that a step further. Richard Boyer had done yard work for the couple in the past, and his son remembered that he had a buck knife on his belt, so suspicion naturally fell on Boyer. Retired in 1984, he claimed to have no memory of the murders and blamed Halloween 2 for the crimes he committed. Boyer said he had driven to the Harvard's home to borrow money, but that he had smoked PCP before he left the house and while he was on the way, and suffered a violent flashback to Halloween 2 upon arriving. He also claimed to have seen it countless times while inebriated. His main excuse is that he watched Halloween Part 2 right before he left his house, and the opening murders are what he copied. This sparked a trial named The People vs. Boyer, which discussed the effects of violence portrayed in the media on young people in 1989. While feature film being submitted as evidence at a murder trial was his historic first, the jury ultimately found Boyer's defense improbable. He was sentenced to death for 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Thank God.
Ultimately, there is no further explanation for why he was really there, because he's the only one that can tell the story. No one really knew how he knew the deceased, or what brought him to Fullerton. The murder seemed premeditated and planned. Today, the incident is known as the Halloween 2 murders, and has been featured on major horror websites and television shows. Halloween 2 is a horrific film in itself, but the murders that were supposedly inspired by watching it create an additional layer of terror in the franchise. These are the murders inspired by the movie Halloween 2.
Is Halloween 2 is that like arguably the greatest Halloween in the franchise? Anybody, if you meet somebody and they got a mustache, you can see my lip because I got nice sized lips. Pause. But if you meet somebody and their mustache covers their upper lip and like you can't see it, run like a motherfucker. I said it before and I'll say it again. I feel like companies. Alright. I'm just indecisive. I'm just like, I don't know, 50-50. Part of me feels like movie companies should be held accountable on some level that it influences people in the real world to do these clucked up shits. Like, I'm surprised. I'm not. I don't want to say it, and like somebody's watching this and was like, Gator, that's a good idea. Don't say my name when you get caught. Please don't do this. But I have yet to hear about any of the Final Destination type of like death traps. Excuse me. In person. Like, y'all know that infamous scene from, I think, Final Destination 2 when they're on the highway and that truck is carrying all of those wooden logs, and like I guess like one of the straps break off, and it's just like a crime scene for miles, and I'm just like, God. And then a big ass, like, a part of me feels like movie companies should be held accountable for the things that they show on screen that is easily accessible for people in the public. But then it's like, and then they see it and it's like, I'm gonna try something like that. And then they end up killing like 10 people. But then the other part of me is like, you are your own person. You can do whatever you want. It has nothing to do with the movie company. I'm 50-50. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all feel like movie companies should be held accountable for the crimes and cluck shit that people do based off the films that people will see? Or you think they don't? Because on one level, it's like, yeah, you are your own person and you control your own actions. But then it's like you're getting inspiration. So it's not like, I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my man.